That is good banter.
We are away, Timmy boy.
You bet we are, Evan. It is 77, legs 11. I'm in heaven. What an episode it is going to be.
Going to be a corker.
We have just truckloads of shit to talk about today.
Heaps of stuff.
And we are brought to you by
our friends.
Our friends.
Everybody's friends.
Our only friends.
I've got no mates apart from these guys.
No, I ditched all my mates when we got this sponsorship because I thought I don't need anyone.
My mates ditched me and they went over to Winner's Piss.
Did they?
Yeah, they said, you're a loser, Evo.
But now that you're drinking Winner's Piss, aren't you a winner?
Now they love me.
All over the shop.
Now they love me.
So, so Winner's Piss, a big thank you, our sponsor. So get on the Instagram, follow them.
Get around
if you really want to help us out, because we want our sponsors to go, holy shit, it does make a difference.
Whoa,
if you sponsor these guys.
We do sponsor these guys, and stuff happens.
So our first paid sponsor. So please, I mentioned them again before the episode's out.
Yeah,
but the Good Banter podcast.
And if you are watching on the YouTube, you will know, you'll sort of realise that, whoa, these guys are wearing the same clothes. They're in exactly the same spot
as last week.
Is this just some crazy cuckoo coincidence?
Has the world gone batshit mad? No.
Am I going crazy? No. We've had to do two. We've had to record two in a row because, by the time you hear this, it's basically I'll be in Port Douglas.
Getting ready for the wedding of the...
I won't be in Port Douglas, but... I will be going to Port Douglas on the weekend. So
we'll be unable to do the pods.
We won't be able to do it. You're getting shit-faced for 3 days straight.
Really going to tie one on.
Like, you'll be lucky to make the wedding. You'll be lucky to make the wedding. So the reason I haven't spoken about my teeth is because I have had them done, but when we recorded, I haven't had them done.
So if you listened watched last week's episode on YouTube, and Evan was talking about his teeth, so you tuned in this week.
What do they look like? What's old chompers?
And you're like, fuck
me,
like? How much did he pay for that? Because they look exactly the same. Well, that's because they are the same, and time has literally stood still.
It has.
Anyway, plenty to talk about. As we've mentioned before when we've done this, we don't do the double episodes much anymore, but when we have done them in the past, it's worth mentioning a big apology if something massive
has happened,
like if the September 11 type event, or
Kristen has left me. I'm not going to Port Douglas now,
or some sort of.
She said your teeth still look shit.
Yep,
you even look. I thought getting your teeth fixed were going to help. You're still a loser. I don't want to marry you.
Yep.
Fingers crossed.
So anything crazy like that, someone's fucked another bat, and there's been another outbreak of some sort of disease. We apologise, but we didn't know about it because we're back in the past. So plenty to talk about. Gigs on the weekend.
Well, let's go to that. And obviously they're not the weekend just gone; they're the one before. It's all good. It's all cuckoo. It's all bananas. But
tell us what you've been up to, Big Dick.
Mate. Thank you very much. I'm a bit angry. Down there. No, I'm not angry there.
How's your rash going?
Mate, it's good.
Oh, good.
It's good. But what I have done, I think, and what I usually do with something like that, they go, you know how they say, use the cream till it runs out.
Yep.
Even if you feel like it's getting better,
keep
using it. Keep using it. I've sort of, last few days, I've slacked off.
It's the male way.
And so I reckon when I hit Port Douglas, it would have come back with a bloody vengeance.
Yep.
And I'll be up there in the tropical heat. I'll be sweating. I'll be itching. And if you see me on my wedding day, just sort of moving around like I've got bloody ants in my pants.
Bit of swamp ass.
You'll know swamp ass.
Real swamp ass weather up there.
Come back.
Dewey, I got a little trick for swamp ass. What you do, good shower.
Good shower.
Good shower, and then what you do is you stand completely naked. You give yourself a dry. You don't want to. You just want to dab at your sphincter with the towel.
Yeah, you got to tap. You
got to tap. You don't wipe.
You don't wipe.
Spreads agony.
The swamp everywhere.
Just pain. So you've got that sore swamp ass. What I do is I completely naked in the bath, and you get a full thing of baby powder.
Yep.
And you sort of hold it up so it's right at the end, and you bend over, and you just push it in, and you just blast baby powder up your ass.
Yeah.
And if there's a better feeling, I'm yet to feel it. That
mate,
is.
Sometimes I do that if I don't have swamp ass.
Oh, I just do it for kicks.
I'll just do it.
Blast it at your balls. It's just a great product.
And it's just good when you feel
so
like
clean.
Because that is the thing with Port Douglas. When I first moved up there, like it was amazing because it was hot, it was humid. Like you could root for a minute, and you felt like a porn star because you were sweating.
Great.
You were blowing. It was all good, but nothing better than getting a bit of baby powder around the ball bag. It's
I'll certainly.
good times. I wish I was a kid again.
I'm thinking what I'm taking up is I'll take a shirt.
Yep.
I'll take some pants.
Great.
And the carry-on, some nice shoes.
That's good.
And just fill the rest with baby powder. And I'm just going to spend a few days up there, in and out of the pool, and just blasting baby powder up my ass.
Mate, well, I feel like I wish I was staying at your hotel.
Yeah, it's going to be a good
Just
time.
watching this.
It's going to be a good time.
So that'll be good. But no, I obviously the weekend just gone, which was obviously 2 weekends ago now. Had a ripping weekend. I had a bit of a Tommy Siegert weekend.
Okay.
I had a bloody busy one.
Okay.
I didn't know where I was. I was here. I was there. I was
Darting
everywhere.
here, darting there.
I was darting here, darting there. So I started on the Saturday at the at my old haunt where I played my junior football, played a few senior games as a 17-year-old, and then went away for a few years. Tried to maybe further myself somewhere else.
Yep.
VFL, East Ringwood.
Test yourself at the highest level.
Test myself
one
at
of the higher levels.
One of the higher levels, and I tested myself, but just in the reserves. But then East Ringwood, Port Douglas, and then came back 10 years ago, 2012. Finished what I thought was the end of my career at Mooza-B with a torn hamstring, and got a week for whacking some bloke. So
he deserved it.
He deserved it, mate. He was a little sniper, and I sniped him
So you got
back.
caught. I didn't know that. You bloody whacked a bloke.
Oh, it was nothing much. I think it was a little one-side. Our big full forward, kid Talevsky, who's a bit of a local legend, kid. He's played for 75 clubs and kicked a lot of goals.
Yep.
He was big. He was very young at Vermont. Vermont were a force in the. He was
kicking a lot of goals.
He came up as an 18-year-old, and then he's moved around a lot. So he's a legend, and someone sort of got him in a headlock or something, got him on the ground. I thought, fuck this.
Yeah, enter grumpy old Evan.
Oh, mate, at that stage, I knew my career was over.
Yep.
I thought I'm really going to go out with a bang. So
the only way you can have an impact
is snot some bloke.
How old do you reckon he was?
Oh, he would have been. I reckon he was 16, maybe playing up a few years, and
really
didn't have pubes, mate.
Really, real good punching age, I reckon.
Yeah,
I like to punch.
Still had soft cheeks.
Yeah, nice. I like to. Yeah, around 18, 19, getting a bit old, I really like to. If I'm going to punch a kid, it's going to be sort of that 16, 17.
Well, anyone with facial hair, like way too
fuck
too
that.
intimidating for me.
Any sort of pubic hair.
It's no good.
I'm out.
It's no good. So
Count me out.
Gave him one, and I didn't go to the tribunal. I said, my career's over. I'm I'm out of here. I'll take the week.
Good stuff. So you've done the gig?
Done the gig, and great gig. Packed there, because I hadn't had. Are you finding that this year that they haven't had these functions the last few years?
They're great.
So everyone is pumped up. Things are going well.
It's funny. I'm finding the more I hear on the field, clubs are struggling for numbers. Functions, supporter-wise, going nuts. Never been
mate.
bigger.
Everyone wants to be back at the footy club, and I think especially, there's a lot of awards that people haven't been, like life memberships and that haven't been able to be given out over the last few years.
100%.
So they've got to do things like that.
And there's a backlog of premiership reunions.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. So it's all happening. So it was jam-packed down there at the Heights. And I hadn't done a gig there since I think I did a fundraiser for someone a few years ago. And it's always, I reckon going back to your local club can be intimidating sometimes.
Oh, I'd rather not. I'd rather perform to a room full of strangers.
Yeah, because a lot of people know you and they're going, so Evo does this full time. How's it all going? Is he fucking, you see this? He's talking, he's killing it. Then you don't want to go there and stink it up.
No, because that's what someone will say, how was Evan down the footy club? He had half a tooth and he sucked a big bag of shit up on stage. He was awful. So you don't want that.
You don't want that. So I was a little nervous.
Yep.
I was a little nervous.
Rightly so.
But
pressure makes diamonds.
Pressure makes diamonds, mate. And sort of started with the mic and feedback from the speakers. Couldn't get in front of the speakers, so I'm sort of glued to this. I ended up going off mic. Off mic, had to do it. Had to go off mic. Guys,
sometimes
can you hear me? Yeah, had to do it. So I did that. Getting laughs early, things were going well. Had a special guest, Harry Garside. You heard of Harry Garside?
Never,
mate. To be honest, Garside, is it ringing bells?
No.
It wasn't ringing bells for me either.
No. Footballer?
No.
Horse jockey?
No.
Cow
what
jockey.
other jockeys? Donkey jockey.
Donkey jockey.
Dog jockey?
Disc jockey.
Disc jockey. That's right. He was a disc jockey. No. Mate, he's a boxer.
Ah, another boxer.
We were talking last week about, and we probably should have fitted it in if we didn't do the shorter ep last week, but he was a boxer, mate. And you know what? He was the first boxer in 30 years to win a medal at the Olympics.
From Australia.
From Australia.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So what happened?
No, they just fucked boxing off for 30 years.
No, good on
From
him.
Australia.
So he's only young. He's still boxing.
24, mate.
Yeah.
He's 24. And what a ripping bloke. I sort of looked up a bit of stuff on. He's a bit different. He's a bit alternative.
Yep.
He wears nail polish.
Okay.
Just have you worn nail polish?
No. I once jammed my finger in a safe and it went black.
Did you know the code?
The safe?
Yeah. It was stuck there, was it?
No, it was all good. It was
okay.
Yeah, so no, have
no,
nail
you haven't.
polish.
Yeah,
No.
okay, that's good. So yeah, he wears some dresses sometimes, so a little different. You sort of
Where's the dress?
sometimes every now and then.
Well,
That's
lucky he can fight, because I dare say, what is he? Is he trying to instigate trouble?
no.
Not that there's a problem with that. We're not here to judge.
Well, that's what I said, because he's
floats
24,
your boat.
and things are a little bit different growing up these days. And he sort of said that I just want to empower maybe other people who feel maybe I want to wear a dress, maybe I'll do it. And he was talking about that, and the crowd were like, "That's great, that's fantastic." And it did come back to me, and I said, "No, that's great that you're doing that, Harry, but it sort of does help." If you can box.
Yeah.
It's sort of like, because you couldn't imagine someone playing badminton wearing a dress, because they're going to hit you with a shuttlecock or something like that if someone gets
that's
lippy.
true.
So,
That's true. But,
but he was telling some great stories about at the Olympics, because I sort of questioned him. I said,
is he gay? Or
No. He's got a girlfriend, but he's just like that kind of stuff. He's just a little quirky.
Yeah, a little quirky. Just
quirky, mate. So
good on him.
yeah, and I mentioned about the Olympics. He went to Tokyo. I said, what's it like? Because everyone talks about the Olympics like it's a big root fest. They throw dingers at you, and you got to bang everyone in the village.
Yep.
So what's it? And they had the cardboard beds.
Ah,
Remember that? They had those
the cardboard
recyclable
beds. Yeah,
cardboard beds. So how would you go rooting on a cardboard bed?
yeah. You want to put some sort of plastic over the top, I would assume.
You'd want to think so, because I know what happens if cardboard gets wet.
It gets warped.
It gets warped. You end up
By
on the
night
fucking
three
floor,
of lovemaking, your bed's looking like
there's a cardboard bed going. I said, nah, she's fucking collapsed.
Yeah, she's not looking great. she's
not
warped.
looking
She's
good.
soggy. She's she's really rank.
Smells like wet dog in there, actually. So
Not good.
that's no good. But I said, he said, actually, it is pretty crazy. But he had sort of a week and a half where he had to stay on the ball.
Yep.
And I said, he said some of the other boxers, they once they obviously lost,
Yep.
they
I thought it was a bit. I thought there wasn't as much of that because of COVID. I thought that.
Well, there wasn't
separated.
as much, but they've all gone through the tests. They've done this, they've done that. They're all safe in the village.
so-
they're quarantined,
okay.
so they're banging away like rabbits.
Yep.
And he said, some of the boxers, they put on quite the show. And I said, because when you're interviewing, you've got to come up with little stuff, to break the tension and
Yep.
maybe get a few laughs. And I said, Harry, that's great, but like before one of the boxers got into it, did someone walk in with a bell and just go ding ding?
Good.
That's good. That got a good laugh.
Got a good chuckle.
That got a good chuckle. That was all right. And then
good one.
And if they're on the Viagra and maybe things were going all right, did a girl walk in with her thing? Round 2.
Yeah.
Not as big a laugh.
Not
but,
as big a
still
laugh,
pretty
no,
good.
no.
Still pretty good. So, mate, that was a fun thing. I just want to mention Dimmer down there. He's the president. He
Yep.
because you've been for weeks now talking about trying to change the English language or reinvent.
I have teased our
Teased
listeners
about
with
that.
which because I have a plan to reinvent the English language, which maybe we'll get to next week.
We will, but you know what I love? When someone is confident and they use a saying, but they fuck it up.
Oh yeah, mate, I do it all the time. I'm all over the shop.
You are all over the shop. So I think you like Dimmer, the president down there at Moorabah Footy Club, because he did a speech and he'd had a couple of beers and not too many. Still, like he wasn't rolling around the floor like drunk president. He was fine. He just had a couple of cleanses. And he said, I don't know who he was talking about, but he was very positive. He was talking in glowing terms.
Yep.
And he goes, I just want to say, mate, they are doing a great job. You know what? They're nailing it out of the park.
Okay, yeah. So
and sort of, he just kept going. And I put it in the little memory bank. And when I got back up there, I said, Dimmer, fantastic speech. It's great to have such a president who cares so much, and a president as well who just isn't afraid to come up with his own sayings. Like,
And did people
I said,
realise?
I don't know if anyone's ever nailed anything out of the park, Dimmer. But so
good on you, Dim.
So that was good. And,
I remember once I was coaching. I would have only been 15. I was coaching the under 12s. I don't know why I did it myself because I remember I just started drinking fairly heavily most Saturday
just
nights.
Before you were coaching?
No, on a Saturday night.
Oh,
and
okay.
the coach, and for some reason the under 12s are playing a Sunday, and I used to, like the parents must have known the condition I used to turn up to.
They would have
to coach these under 12s.
But the thing is, they're not doing it, so they can't say anything.
Yeah.
Fucking. Yeah, I've been drinking. If you want to coach, why don't you?
I remember quite often there were these. There are all these like under 10s and they're getting changed in the dunnies, and I'd just be
falling over.
I'd be throwing up in the. I was a mess, and I'd have like my hands would just be stained of like vodka raspberries.
Okay.
And
what were you doing with them?
I'd really spill a lot later in the night.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, so I remember it was our year. It was the end of year presentation. I was pretty nervous. I was only 15, and I was presenting the Best and Fairest award. And I said, "This kid's he's as keen as custard." And
you've said
and I was
this.
like, and everyone laughed. I was
this.
like, "Oh man, what?" And that one's really stuck with me. I reckon that affected me for a long time.
Keen as custard sounds better because it's a K and a C. They sort of roll off the tongue better.
Yeah, that's what I reckon.
You did fuck that up. So,
but,
that's
anyway, so that's good stuff. Good to get back to the old club.
So yeah, that was great. And they did present. This is a big one. Freddie Jordan. He's
FJ.
FJ Holden. He's FJ Jordan. He's a legend of the Moorabark Footy Club. Not just the Moorabark Footy Club. The EFA. Now, Freddie's on the weekend. He umpired his 1500th. Goal umpired his 1500th game of football at the Moorabark Footy Club.
So what? It's twos.
Twos.
Yeah. So you have a club
every week.
Yep.
Yeah. He goal umpires, and you know what? The other thing.
Yep. That's a great
effort. Deaf. Freddie is deaf. He is and he does sign language. So there you go.
I remember. Yeah. So good on him. So he's
mate, he's a legend. He was there when I was playing I played a bit of junior footy with his son Andrew. Freddie was there, and just the happiest bloody mate. He's a ripper.
Well, he's an umpire. He's not hearing all the abuse coming his way.
Well,
that's why he's so happy.
Yeah.
If you heard half the things said about him, he'd probably be
well, that's right. Well,
Dimmer said, bloody upset.
Dimmer said, what did he say? He said, people. I can't remember what he said. But Freddie was
something. He would have said something.
He would have said something. He would have fucked it up. He would have fucked it up. But so they presented Freddie with his goal umpiring jacket framed with the little pen, and Dimmer started crying a bit when he was presenting it, which was great to see.
Nice.
It was nice to see. And then his wife, Loz, walked up after and said, "Bloody hell, didn't cry at our wedding. The bloody doesn't mind shedding a tear when he's bloody presenting to Freddie."
1,500 games. That's
there you go,
bigger than a wedding.
So I said to Loz when I got back up there, I said, Loz came up. I said to everyone that Dimmer started crying, and Loz told me that he didn't cry at the wedding, but I said, well, maybe just chuck the goal umpiring jacket on and the pen and in the bedroom, and maybe he'll shed a tear. So
celebrate
was good.
The big one. That's good stuff.
So let's go to you, mate.
That was great. This weekend gone, heading down I could never get the pronunciation right, but the Cygnet Footy Club.
Cygnet.
Yep. Cygnet.
You fucked it up again.
Which is the most southern footy club in Australia. How long are we gone for?
Mate, we're at 19.
19. So don't forget, another episode sponsored by
Winners Piss. We love it.
So sitting up in bed, because you might remember my last trip to Rockhampton, I chose, without even meaning to, pretty much the worst day to travel of the year. Start of school holidays. It was an absolute fucking shit show at the airport. It was a nightmare. I got there 2 hours early. Only just made it to me plane because they had to usher me through. So sitting up in bed, I've got a day at home. 4 o'clock, I'm flying out down to Tassie, and then the news comes on. Absolute carnage at the Melbourne airport because at the end of the school holidays, everyone's going home. So I was flown on the two fucking worst days the start and the end of the school holidays.
Yeah, not good,
and
Tom.
Tam just looked at me and she said,
You're a fucking idiot.
a fucking idiot. And I said, oh, fuck me. So I've got to get 2 hours. Got to get 2 hours first.
But it is hard to pick that, though, when you look in your diary and you just don't think the end of school holidays is going to make that big a difference. But clearly it does.
But I have kids now, so I do have school holidays written in the diary.
Okay.
So I should know.
You are a fuckhead.
So I got out there 2 hours early. Fucking jackpot. Everyone travels in the morning. There's no one out there.
Great.
There's no one out there. I've got a great park because people are leaving. Great park. Check in 15 minutes. I allowed 2 hours. So here I am, ready to go. I've got an hour 20. Guess what's North Melbourne, Collingwood, about to start.
Oh!
And out at the, I'm not sure if you've been out the Tullamarine Airport recently, but they've got an AFL bar.
Yes,
where you sit there, you drink CUB products, and they've got AFL on the big screen. So I've gone in, grabbed a beer, and I thought, fucking how good's this? Sat down, and they've got the telly on, but they've just got music playing. And there's probably about 25 people there, all having beers, watching the footy. And
you want the commentary?
Oh, it's the AFL bar. It's not a bar showing AFL. It's the AFL bar. It's owned by the AFL.
So is Gillon McLaughlin just walking through?
Pulling beers.
He's pulling beers.
He's pulling beers.
Righto.
Bloody okay. Jacko was on security.
That's good.
Laidley was serving drinks.
Good on you, Danny.
And it was good times. And so I said there was a little family in front of me really watching the footy. They were Pies fans. And I said, the
AFL bar, did you have to go through like the little
turnstile?
Yeah, really make it realistic?
Yep. No, it was.
Was anyone out the front like hot pies, records.
There were seagulls. It was fucking just good, really good stuff.
Any statues of any
the beers
great
were about
players?
$35.
EJ Whitten statue out the front?
No, none of that. But anyway, so I said to the family, has anyone asked if we can get the volume up? And they said, no. So I'll go do it. And I went to the bar, and the manager was there, and I said, excuse me, would you be able to just turn the volume up? And she just looked at me and goes, no. I said, sorry? And she goes, no, we don't put the volume up. And I said, you don't put the volume up, or you can't put the volume up? And she said, we don't put the volume up.
Well, what's Gil
stood up
had to say
and
about
walked
this?
away.
What a fucking mob.
And I was like, is this fucking serious? Like, it's an AFL bar. It's not a bar with a bit of footy on the telly. This is an AFL bar. There's the teams hanging from the roof. It's a themed
everything's
AFL
overpriced.
Bar. There's music, and they're just playing music. And I said, this can't be serious. And so I've sat down, and one of the guys of the family go, how'd you go? And I said, no, go. And then this young bloke walked past.
The commentary?
And I said, mate, is there any chance we could get that volume up? And he said, oh, no, we don't do that. And I said, what do you need to take that?
I'll ring you back.
And anyway, what was I talking about? Anyway,
Blake walked past.
The guy that worked there, collecting the beers, I said, mate, can we get the volume up? And he said, oh, no, we don't turn the volume up. And I said, you don't or you can't? Because there's a bit like, just because you've never done it doesn't mean it can't be done. It's a telly.
That's true.
They make most of them with volumes.
They can put Man on the Moon.
I'm assuming that terrible music you're playing has a volume. How about we turn that down and the telly up? And he goes, we've just never done it. It was like I was asking him to perform fucking open heart surgery on someone. Like it was blowing his mind that someone would want to listen to
the commentary
of a game, of a live match
in the AFL
bar. And
mate, we've got fucking match review panels.
We've got
tribunals. We've got boards. We've got committees. Like, who the fuck is on the board and the committee of the bloody AFL bar? This is bullshit, Tom.
And they had the most beautiful timber bar, like all the beer taps there. And so I went up. I said, how good's this? Can I please have a pint of draft? And she goes,
it'll be $35.
No, she said, we don't serve. You have to go to your table and scan the barcode and order. I was like, this is a fucking shit show.
God.
I was fucking steaming.
Is this... I got another one. Do you reckon customer service these days has just gone fucking... It's gone down like a bloody... like a German plane into a fucking mountain.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's fucked.
It's... fucking COVID's nearly done. Can we get back to fuck those QR codes off, and can we get back to ordering drinks and having a bit of eye contact and chat? Anyway, so that was that's
shit, mate.
And on the way out, the young bloke goes, see you, mate. And I just looked at him. I said,
fuck off.
I didn't say anything. I just looked at him, shook my head, and I said, you're a fucking idiot, mate. If you're in a venue, your job is to make the
customer's always right.
Well, your job is to make it a good time for them,
Yeah,
surely.
yeah.
Give them what they want. Anyway, so I've jumped on the plane, got down to Hobart. Quickly, they've organised. I didn't ask for it, but they said the footy club said, "Look, the pub's the sponsor.
Yep,
you can stay above the pub." I said, fucking
great,
fantastic. Great. So hired me car, piece of shit car, drove down, went to the footy club first. The joint's rocking. It's already. It's only about 6 o'clock. There's already 100-odd people in there. They're pissed. The music's playing. I said, "This is going to be big. This is going to be big." The Twos have beaten this team for the first time in like 9 years or something. Everyone's up and about. They've jumped in the Will Polly, fucking great bloke, heart and soul of the club.
You Wilbur.
He's jumped into my car. We've driven back to the pub.
Great.
And we've met, he goes, "Mate, you'll love the publican. Scooter, he's a ripper." Anyway, this old bloke.
He turned the volume up. He turned the volume up.
He gave me the grand tour. I don't think I was about as close to a celebrity as they've got down there. Although they did have Alistair Clarkson the week before. So he was quite a bit above.
He's still, you
got him. Anyway, so we're flying. Scooter's given me the tour. And it's not the greatest accommodation of all time. I'll say that. So one thing he said in the room was there wasn't a lot going on in the room. It looked like decor, probably late 60s, early 70s.
Okay.
And one thing he said, "Mate, especially if you come home pissed, before you go to bed, fill the sink up." There was no toilet in there, but there was a sink.
Yep.
He goes, "Fill the sink up, put the plug in, fill the sink up with water."
And kill yourself.
Because you would rather that than wake up in this hell that is this accommodation.
This is fucked.
No, he said, I've never heard anyone say anything like this. He said, "Put the plug in, fill the sink up before you go to bed, because the heater in here is fucked." We had a lot of reports of people that they wake up and they can't open their eyes or mouth because they've just sort of
dried out
and sort of fused together. So, yeah. And he goes, and the water seems to
the moisture.
Puts a bit of moisture in the air. Said, "Mate," I said, "Scoot, that's a hot tip."
That's great because I need to drive back and I need my eyes and mouth to be open.
Yeah. And fuck, what a funny pub it was. It was one of the greatest pubs I've ever been to. It's called the Top Pub. There was a top, bottom, middle. The middle went bust a few years back. So they're the top pub. They're the ones that sponsor the footy club, and the gig was just it was great. They were rocking. We made a fortune on the raffle.
Great.
The joint, just some great stuff going on.
It's good, mate.
And then we went back. About I think about 1 a.m. We went. It might have been about 11:30. Went back to the pub, which was just a little walk.
Woo.
And massive.
You went back to your house.
I went back to my house.
Yeah.
They said, "You're coming back." I said, "I got no fucking choice. I'm staying there.
That's where I'm going.
So we've walked across and massive TV screen behind the bar.
Yep.
And they've put on the grand final from the year before, which they won.
Their grand final. That is.
And they watched this thing like they were watching it for the first time. They'd never seen it. There were supporters cheering. There were people dancing on the bar. It was just a great vibe. And they reckon every time they go back there, Tuesday, Thursday, doesn't matter, they'll put the game on. A couple of the girls were saying, "I wouldn't mind if they put something else on, maybe."
Yeah, I'm sort of sick of seeing it.
But it was great. Went up.
You'd want to get a kick though, wouldn't you? If they're replaying it.
Well, the guys that didn't with any sort of mistake,
they're going to a different fucking club.
Yeah, they got a lot of shit on.
I'm over this, boys.
But it was just a great.
That's great.
Just great. I told you quickly about this, and
talk to me.
And this is by no stretch funny, but just a really nice story about one of their players during the year jumped. Into the bath, and not in the bath, into the pool, pissed as a fart.
Buddy, he was in the room with the water in the sink.
So he's jumped in and done some serious
just hear that.
spinal
I hear that, I
damage.
just cringe.
Mid-year, flowing just a horrible tale. But the whole grand final was for them, and they were saying, well, what do you want? When they made the grand final, they said, what do you want on your banner? And they just said, we just want number 11.
His number,
the big number 11, and
it's simple as well. A number, they go, oh, thank fuck he didn't wear 88.
88, yeah, it would have been a nightmare.
Because one, it's
11,
just 2 straight
very
lines,
easy to cut out,
perfect.
And it was just, I spoke to so many people about this story, and it was just how emotional they were, and they spoke so highly of this guy, and how he's proving everyone wrong, and he's doing things they didn't expect him to do, and they said, oh, you've got to listen to this podcast. Someone interviewed him in a podcast, so I listened to that the next morning the way back. Just an amazing story. And, it's great to have beers, it's great to have victories, it's great to bloody dance on the bar, but that's what a footy club's about.
That is what it is about.
Really supporting someone in a pretty tough time. So that was good on. It's just a great club down there. Really support their own. I'm finding country clubs, and this is nothing in no way anything against city clubs.
Yep,
because I love city clubs.
But
I feel like city clubs often are, and I've only really thought about this recently. They're more groups thrown together.
They can be
for a period of time.
Whereas
country, especially real country, this was generations.
Yes.
This was generations of families, and everyone knew everyone, and everyone knew everyone's story, and it was a more family. It was pretty special down there. I got to tell you, it was a really
That's great.
It was a really
not
really
great
amazing
if you're trying to look for a missus though. And you go, fuck, I've banged her.
That's
she's like,
and that's why
I've banged him.
You got to turn a blind eye to the fact that they may be blood relative.
Yeah, that's right.
If you're getting on and you're attracted, let's put the family tree aside for a few hours.
That's it. Let's pretend it doesn't exist.
Head upstairs and turn the sink on and
bloody,
just make love.
Get
make
amongst
sweet
love,
ancestral love.
That's great.
So big thanks to them for having me. How are we going for time,
mate? I've got to go set this fucking gig up,
right.
so I might have to. So have you got? Maybe we do the thingos and.
Yes.
We just do the thank yous.
Well, that's good because we've got plenty for next week too.
Yeah, that's great.
And what I was going to say about the next footy club I went to on the Sunday may be illegal. So it'll be good to give that a couple of weeks so they can't really trace what club it was.
And I've got some other stuff as well. So we might have to do that next week. We've just scratched the surface. But sorry, we are under time constraints here. So
again, a big thanks to our sponsors.
We love them.
Winner's Piss, whether you're drinking in the shower. And I've got to tell you another thing about the footy club down there, the Cygnet Footy Club. Those showers, they were proud as punch. They took me straight in there.
Mouldy.
6 shower heads, mouldy floor.
Great.
3 on one side, 3 on the other side. So you'd sort of just look into each other's eyes and have a couple of cans of Winner's Piss.
Just be festering.
Just
on
the never-ending can because you're holding it, it's filling up with water. Oh, that tickle of rubbing.
Yeah. What's that? Am I going to lose my foot? It's tinny, you idiot.
Yeah, not using any of that Lynx.
Just bars of soap.
Yeah, just bars of
body
soap
wash.
It's been up 1,000 cracks.
That's right.
Really
There's a few pubes on it. It's
like, should I flick those up? No.
Nah, fuck it. I'll put them in my teeth.
Just one. If someone's got Hep C or
we've all
chlamydia, we've all got it.
That's why no one can leave the club.
To me, sharing chlamydia is as much as important as sharing club colours and the jumpers. And
Robbo, have you got it? Yeah, I have. Good.
Well, you're in the team.
Welcome to the
You're
club,
in the team.
Mate.
Mine's cleared up. Well,
you're all playing in the guts today.
How about you have a week off until your chlamydia fires up again?
That's it, mate. We want that itch back.
Get the itch back. So, good stuff there. Great showers. Winner's Piss in the showers. Thanks for sponsoring us, guys. If anyone else wants to sponsor us,
jump
on
board.
We've made it very clear that we will talk about you well into the episode.
That is exactly
You will get your money's worth.
Yeah, get on the Winner's Piss Instagram. Get on the Good Banter Instagram. Give us a rating, a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
Yep.
Go to the YouTube. And hit us up. And, mate, that's another cracking episode. That's a short and sharp. Jesus.
Yeah, little beauty.
That's
good stuff.
An episode of Good Bad. Good banter.
That's a good banter.